Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how I make sopes de picadillo. Picadillo is ground beef with mixed vegetables and a little bit of sauce. And for that, these are going to be the ingredients. We're going to need 1 pound of ground beef, and today I'm going to be using the 80/20, but you can use any kind. We're also going to need 1 small can of el Pato sauce. We're going to need some frozen vegetables, and I'm going to be using half of this bag, about 6 ounces. We're going to need some paprika, some garlic powder, and make sure it's garlic powder and it is not garlic salt. You don't want to overdo it with the salt. We're going to use some regular salt, Maseca, some oil for frying, and water. So let's go ahead and begin. We are going to preheat a saucepan to medium heat, and we're going to start adding the meat. I don't like to add the whole block of meat, so I am going to be adding it in small portions. I am also going to add 1 teaspoon of the garlic powder, about half a teaspoon of paprika, and about a teaspoon of the regular salt. We're going to give it a quick stir. And then we are going to cover it and let it cook for about 10 minutes. While the meat is cooking, I am going to start preparing the masa for the sopes. We are going to need 2 cups. And I forgot to mention in the beginning of the video, but we are going to need some baking powder. We're going to need 1 teaspoon of the baking powder and 1.5 cups of water. I'm going to give it a quick stir. And I am going to start with half of the water. I will start mixing for about 5 seconds. And then I'm going to add the rest of the water. Quick note, you might need a little more water. If your masa feels a little dry, don't be afraid to add a little bit of water. Just don't add a lot and add it in small increments. Your masa should be very soft, but not sticking to your fingers. The kneading process takes about 4 to 6 minutes. My masa feels a little dry, so I will be adding a little more water. My masa is starting to feel like the perfect consistency, so I am going to set this aside and I'm going to be checking on the meat. The meat has been cooking for about 10 minutes, so I'm going to be checking on it, make sure that it's not sticking to the pan. I'm going to be breaking any big chunks of the beef. And at this point, you want to taste it. If maybe it needs a little more salt, maybe a little bit of the garlic powder or paprika. Mine is perfect. I'm not going to be adding anything to it. Give it a quick stir. And then I'm going to cook it for another 5 minutes. I am now going to start shaping my sopes. I lined a dinner plate with some parchment paper. I am going to be placing them here. I will start by shaping some dough balls. Just like this. And then with the palms of my hands, I'm going to start smashing the ball very gently. So you want to turn it as you go and smash. Turn and smash. And this is what it should look like. Mine are not very thin. Now using your index finger and your thumb, you're going to start pressing on the edges of the sope. And this is so they don't stay flat and the toppings fall. Just like this. Now place it on the plate with the parchment paper and repeat the process for each one of them. You should get about 8 to 10 sopes out of this batch. After the additional 5 minutes, my meat should be fully cooked at this point. I am going to give it a quick stir. And I'm going to add the vegetables. And the sauce. I'm only going to be using half of the can, but you can go ahead and use the full can. And guys, this pato sauce is not spicy. You might want to try it before you pour it in. Make sure everything is well combined, and we're going to be adding another 5 minutes to the cooking time. I will start frying the sopes at this point, so I will be adding oil to my pan. Make sure your pan is to a medium heat. I will be adding about 1.5 to 2 cups of the oil. I'm using canola oil, but go ahead and use the oil of your choice. Make sure that your pan is covered with the oil so your sopes are going to fry evenly. I'm also going to get a dinner plate, and I'm going to place 2 paper towels so when the sopes are ready, I can place them on the paper towel and it soaks up any of the oils. So at this point, be very careful and start placing your sopes in the oil. We're going to do about 2 to 3 minutes per side. Now, after 2 to 3 minutes, your sopes should start looking brown from the edges, and this is when you want to go in and flip them. This is the color that you want to see. It's like a golden brown, and they're very crispy too. And just let them fry for another 2 to 3 minutes. The meat is now ready and it smells so delicious. At this point, you want to go ahead and turn off your stove and just set it aside. I will now take out my sopes and place them on the paper towel. And now the fun part. We're going to start building our sopes. And here I have some lettuce, I have some shredded cheese, I have some salsa, I also have some sour cream. And just to let you know, you can always switch out your cheese. If you don't like this kind of cheese, I prefer this kind of cheese because My mom would top these sopes with the shredded cheddar, and sometimes she would do the cotija or she would do the queso fresco, but our favorite was the cheddar cheese. So go ahead and switch it out. If you don't like that kind of cheese, just use the cheese of your preference. And just a quick note also for the sour cream, I added a little bit of salt and a little bit of milk just to thin it out a little bit. So let's go ahead and start building these sopes. First, I'm going to start with the beef. Then I'm going to add a little bit of the sour cream, some lettuce, a little more sour cream, I love sour cream. And then I'm going to add some cheese, lots of cheese, and then a little bit of the salsa. And this is how you make the best sopes of picadillo. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. And also, please don't forget to share it with your friends. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on my next video. Goodbye.